A lazy man in a village is known for avoiding work and relying on others. He faces a turning point when his usual support system fails, forcing him to confront his laziness and learn self-reliance. The lazy man, whose name is revealed as Ben through a villager addressing him, is lounging under a tree while other villagers are busy with their tasks. He jokes and asks for handouts, showcasing his reliance on others. Villagers good-naturedly offer him food and assistance, reinforcing his lazy lifestyle. Ben is relaxing in his poorly maintained hut. He expects a meal to be delivered, but no one comes. He realizes that the villager who usually helps him is away. Hunger forces him to consider finding food himself, marking the beginning of his discomfort and the challenge to his routine. Driven by necessity, Ben attempts to help with the harvest. He struggles with the physical labor, contrasting sharply with the skilled villagers. Initially, he's clumsy and inefficient, but with guidance from a patient farmer, he begins to learn. This scene highlights his initial struggles and gradual progress towards self-sufficiency. The village awakens with purpose, yet Barnaby the donkey seeks refuge beneath the shade, evading labor. Thomas watches Barnaby, his face etched with rising frustration. Thomas struggles, hoisting a heavy sack of salt onto Barnaby's back as the donkey strains under the sudden weight. Barnaby trudges forward, his ears drooping as he scans the roadside, searching for a moment's respite. Thomas' brow furrows with irritation as he urges, "Come on, Barnaby. Pick up the pace. We haven't got all day." Barnaby stops abruptly, sighing dramatically. "You're a hard taskmaster, Thomas. A very hard taskmaster." Under the bright sun, Thomas and Barnaby approach a wide, shimmering river. Barnaby, in an apparent act of clumsiness, deliberately falls into the cool river. The salt dissolves, lightening his load as the water around him clouds with white. Emerging from the river, Barnaby wears a smug look of relief, while Thomas watches with silent suspicion. Thomas, anticipating Barnaby's scheme, swaps the salt for cotton, setting a clever trap. Barnaby deliberately falls into the river, unaware of the switch. The cotton soaks up the water, turning into a heavy burden as Barnaby struggles. Thomas watches, a knowing smile spreading across his face as Barnaby faces the consequences. Barnaby, humbled, carries goods alongside Thomas, his exhaustion evident but his spirit renewed. Thomas pats Barnaby's head, a gesture of acceptance and acknowledgement of his transformation. The village breathes again, its rhythm restored, with Barnaby now woven into its fabric. In the heart of the village pasture, a cow's loud snores echo through the tranquil day. Her fellow cows graze nearby, their eyes conveying silent disapproval. Villagers pass with disapproving shakes of their heads, a clear sign of the cow's infamous laziness. Sunlight floods the village elder's hut, revealing the deep worry etched on the faces of the villagers. The village elder strokes his beard, his brow furrowed with concern as the villagers murmur about the lazy cow. "We can't ignore this any longer. The cow's laziness is affecting us all," the village elder declares, his voice heavy with resolve. A villager voices the community's desperation. "Our children need milk. We need to take action." The village elder rises, his decision made. "I will confront her. This cannot continue." The village elder, his face a map of time and concern, confronts a lazy cow under the sunlit sky. "You have been neglecting your duties, lazy one. The village needs your milk." A flicker of bovine shame washes over the cow's eyes as she chews her cud. "Moo. I suppose you are right. I will change my ways. I promise to start producing milk from now on." In the heart of the village pasture, the cow grazes with unwavering diligence, embodying the lifeblood of the community. Nearby, buckets overflow with the promise of nourishment, a testament to the cow's abundant generosity. The villagers watch with smiles, their faces alight with pure joy and heartfelt gratitude, their hearts overflowing with appreciation. In the heart of the village, a grand feast unfolds. With laughter and joy, echoing as villagers celebrate. Glasses rise in a heartfelt toast, gratitude flowing towards the cow, adorned with flowers. The cow smiles gently, pride radiating from her as she basks in the warmth of the community's appreciation. In the vibrant pasture, most sheep graze peacefully, heads bent to the grass. Sleepy lies motionless beneath a sheltering tree, lost in deep slumber. Bella casts a disapproving glance at the sleeping Sleepy. In the tranquil village pasture, sheep graze peacefully under the sun. Bella urges, "Sleepy, you should be eating. The farmer expects us to be full." Sleepy retorts, conserving energy, Bella. Besides, someone needs to watch for danger." Disappointed, Bella scoffs and resumes grazing. As dusk descends, casting long shadows, a wolf emerges from the forest's edge. Unaware, the sheep continue to graze, their world shrinking with the fading light. Sleepy calls out, "Bah!" In the village pasture, sheep scatter in terror, fleeing toward the village. A menacing wolf gives chase, its predatory intent clear. Alerted by Sleepy's warning, villagers emerge, armed with sticks and stones, ready to defend their flock. Bella and the other sheep huddle together, relief washing over them as the threat subsides. The village square buzzes with relief and celebration as villagers and sheep mingle freely. The farmer pats Sleepy, his smile showing his deep gratitude. "You saved us all, Sleepy. We misjudged you." Bella affectionately nuzzles against Sleepy's wool, a gentle expression of gratitude. The village square comes alive, echoing with the lively chatter of villagers immersed in their daily routines. Amidst the activity, Carmel sprawls lazily, basking in the sun's warmth as he shirks his hauling duties. Rahim approaches, weighed down by a heavy load, while Carmel groans dramatically, feigning immense pain to avoid work. Sunlight streams into the village elder's hut, casting light on the worried faces of villagers as Rahim voices his frustrations. He avoids every task, leaving us to shoulder his burden. It's simply not fair. The villagers exchange weary glances, the weight of Kamal's laziness palpable. The village elder, his gaze serene, proposes a solution, perhaps a treasure hunt, a challenge that might awaken his spirit. Under the relentless desert sun, Kamal's greed intensifies as he clutches a worn shovel, sweat pouring down. Kamal, blinded by greed, eagerly follows the clues. A voice echoes, highlighting his descent. His eyes gleam with avarice as a vision of unimaginable wealth consumes him. He imagines becoming rich beyond his wildest dreams, the whispers feeding his obsession. Kamal helps the villagers, his labor breathing new life into the parched earth. His face reflects a quiet pride. Each drop he draws a testament to his transformation. The villagers' smiles mirror Kamal's newfound purpose, their gratitude a symphony of change. The heart of the village thrives with activity, as villagers bustle about their daily tasks. In the midst of the commotion, a scruffy dog slumbers peacefully in the sun, a picture of blissful ignorance. Villagers cast irritated glances at the sleeping dog, their murmurs of disapproval echoing through the square. In the dimly lit hut, the village elder sits wearily at his table, surrounded by concerned villagers. That lazy dog is good for nothing. He eats more than he works. Has become a burden on all of us. We can't keep feeding him if he doesn't contribute. I know. It's a difficult situation, but what can we do? Under the shroud of night, a pack of hungry wolves emerges from the darkness, their eyes gleaming with predatory intent. With cunning stealth, they creep towards the unsuspecting village, their every step echoing the foreboding atmosphere. Wolves descend upon the village square, unleashing chaos and terror. Awakened by the turmoil, the dog cowers, paralyzed by fear. Bravery surges through the dog as he witnesses the wolves menacing the villagers. A lone dog bravely confronts a pack of wolves, his barks echoing through the night. He snaps and snarls, his unexpected ferocity driving the wolves back. The village is safe as the dog succeeds in driving the wolves away, protecting them from danger. The village square buzzes with renewed vigor, villagers gathering around the once underestimated dog, now hailed as their savior. Sunlight warms their grateful smiles as villager 1 exclaims, "He saved little Timmy, a true hero." Villager 2 declares with heartfelt emotion, "We owe him everything. He is the bravest dog in the world." Villager Trey reflects, "We always misjudged him. Look at him now." Amidst the lively village, Thomas watches his horse's feigned limp with growing frustration. The horse stands, feigning a limp to avoid its duties in the field. Thomas sighs, recognizing the horse's ploy. The warm scent of hay and horses greets Thomas as he enters the stable, the bucket of feed a promise of comfort. Thomas approaches the resting horse, its eyes half closed in contentment. Thomas' voice breaks the quiet. "You need to start pulling your weight, old friend." Thomas continues, urging, "Everyone in the village must contribute, and you are no exception." In the village field, Thomas prepares the horse for a demanding task. The horse resists, testing Thomas' resolve with familiar tricks. Thomas remains firm, gently guiding the horse forward with encouragement. The horse begins to realize Thomas will not yield. Under the sun's gaze, the horse tirelessly fulfills its tasks, its days of feigned illness now distant memories. The villagers' eyes reflect newfound respect as they witness the horse's dedication, a silent acknowledgement of its transformation. Thomas' heart swells with pride, his smile radiating warmth as he observes the horse's progress. A sense of belonging washes over the horse, its purpose now clear, its spirit intertwined with the village. The village bursts with celebration, a testament to the year's successful harvest. Villagers line the path, their faces shining with joy. Thomas steps forward, his face radiant with pride and gratitude. He pats the horse affectionately, acknowledging its transformation. Under the vast sky, Chen struggles to plow the fields, but Lao lies stubbornly in the dirt, unfazed. Despite Chen's efforts and shouts, Lao continues to chew its cud, indifferent to the farmer's plight. Villagers watch with amusement as Chen's struggle unfolds, a timeless scene of man versus beast. Chen sits at his worn wooden table, brainstorming ideas to motivate Lao. Why not try his favorite treat? "You know how Lao loves sweet potatoes," Chen's wife suggests. Chen's eyes light up with a spark of inspiration. Chen stands, a basket of sweet potatoes resting at his hip, as he tempts Lao with the sweet-smelling treat. Lao, initially wary, succumbs to temptation and begins to pull the ancient plow. With each reward, Lao's reluctance fades, replaced by a contented rhythm as it works the field. The villagers watch in awe as Lao tirelessly works the land. With unwavering dedication, Chen walks alongside Lao, offering nourishment. The animals watch, drawn to the harmony of their collaboration, a testament to the power of understanding and positive reinforcement. The village square buzzes with activity as villagers prepare for the rice harvest under the scorching sun. A lazy duck idles nearby, preening its feathers, undisturbed by the collective labor. A farmer jokingly calls out, "Could you lend a wing? We're short on hands." The duck quips back in a tone of mock exhaustion, "Too tired. Harvesting is such hard work, you know." Under the relentless sun, villagers toil in the rice fields, their determination unwavering. A duck rests peacefully under a tree, indifferent to the villagers' tireless work. Under the cloak of night, a relentless storm unleashes its fury upon the village, threatening to obliterate the precious rice harvest. Amidst the chaos, a lazy duck observes the unfolding disaster from the safety of its shelter, seemingly unfazed by the villagers' desperate plight. Amidst the devastation of the storm, the lazy duck experiences a profound shift, its heart stirred by the villagers' plight. Driven by newfound purpose, it waddles into the tempest, its beak determined to aid the helpless. It strains to carry rice sacks, its small frame battling the relentless storm, its webbed feet pushing carts through the thick mud. The duck's earlier indolence fades into memory as it tirelessly aids those in need. The storm's wrath subsides, unveiling a village square marred by destruction. Exhausted villagers emerge, their faces reflecting the havoc left behind. Amidst the devastation, the lazy duck stands tall, chest puffed out with pride. Approaching the duck, their expressions soften, filled with gratitude. "Thank you, duck. You saved our village." The villagers express their heartfelt thanks. "We are forever in your debt." In a village, a lazy cat spends its days sleeping and avoiding work, relying on the kindness of others. However, when the village faces a crisis, the cat's unique ability, honed through its seemingly idle days, becomes essential to saving the day, revealing that even laziness can have its purpose. The village square buzzes with activity. Villagers are busy with their daily tasks, farmers tending to their crops, merchants selling their wares, and children playing games. Amidst the hustle, a fluffy cat named Patches lies sprawled in the sun, seemingly oblivious to the activity around him. Villagers playfully chide him for his laziness, but Patches simply yawns and stretches, unfazed. Sense of urgency fills the elder's hut. Villagers huddle together, their faces etched with worry. They discuss a looming threat, a swarm of rats that are devouring their crops and food stores. The elder proposes various solutions, but none seem effective. The mood is tense and desperate. The swarm of rats descends upon the village's food storage, their eyes gleaming menacingly. Villagers try to fend them off, but the rats are too numerous and relentless. Just when all hope seems lost, Patches emerges from the shadows, his eyes narrowed with focused determination. He begins to move with surprising agility, his lazy demeanor replaced by swift, precise movements. Patches uses his knowledge of the village, gained from his many naps in strategic locations, to outsmart the rats and lead them away from the food storage. The villagers celebrate Patches as a hero. They shower him with affection and gratitude, realizing that his apparent laziness had actually allowed him to observe and understand the village in a unique way. Patches, basking in the attention, purrs contentedly, finally appreciated for his true worth.